Want to be a part of that meeting? Okay,
Zoom, I'll have to appear via Zoom, but yes.
that's fine. I'll let her know.
Who else will be
I'll
on
email
Zoom?
you the link and Ordway.
Who else gonna be on Zoom? Just Mr.
It should
Buckner?
be Mr. Buckner and probably Joni.
Will Joan will be on Zoom or not?
She
Well, I
did- she said
expect.
she'd try.
Or she said you tried to. The only one now is Mr. Buckner.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
should be
we'll
on.
have him.
He's there.
I'm expecting to see Mark in person here soon.
Mark gonna try to be here?
Did Mark say whether or not he'd be here?
No, you didn't. I talked to him last week though, so
Yeah. He usually shows up like a minute before.
Yeah, we can wait another 3 minutes.
Could be. I don't see Joni yet. Yeah, she said she was gonna try.
Go ahead. Okay, Okay, we are now going to call this Sugar City Town Council meeting to order at 7 o'clock on 2/21/24. And if you all come in, pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we're going to roll call, Scarlett.
Here.
And, Mark's not here yet. I'm here, Joan. Not here, I don't know if she's on Zoom or not.
No, I don't see her on Zoom yet.
Mr. Buckner is.
Yep.
And Brian,
Here.
Gary.
Here.
And Davita's president, and so is Vicky.
Okay, general admonishment to be read at the start of the meeting. It is important for the order of this meeting and the function of government that the presiding officer, the mayor in this case, maintain a meeting where all voices are heard, business is handled, no one is intimidated, and there is respect for all points of view. In the event any persons significantly obstructs or interferes with the meeting by physical action, verbal utterance, or any other means, the mayor may require such person to cease such behavior and or leave the trustee chambers or the meeting room. Should anyone fail to comply with this admonishment, they will be considered to be behaving with an intent to prevent or disrupt this lawful meeting, and the mayor may request a sheriff's deputy be summoned, have the individual removed, and consider a criminal summons for violation of state law that prohibits disrupting public meetings. Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll go to the approval of the regular meetings of 2/7/24.
The record show it 7:02. I did it right.
Oh, I did 7:01, but
Oh, that's fine.
I went on.
Okay, thank
I went
you.
along. Thank
I
you.
apologize.
No, good, thank you.
Um, where it says, staff reports, decision to make complete ordinance fireworks landing on someone else's property, not taxes.
Did I, okay, sorry, my mistake, I will correct that.
Move to approve the minutes from February 7th, 2024.
Second.
Motion made by Mark to accept the minutes of 2/7/24, second by Scarlett. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Additional changes to the agenda.
I would move, to add F, the new business CML conference. And then G, Oktoberfest / Fall Festival.
Second.
What was that?
F, in new business, add section F CML conference, and G, Oktoberfest / Fall Festival.
Okay. Thank you. I didn't get all that the first time.
Been moved and seconded.
Hmm.
Been moved and seconded.
Who made the motion? Oh,
Scarlett.
Scarlett made the motion. You seconded it? No, Mark seconded it. For the change, approval of the changes to the agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Yeah, one more. I would like to delete B under staff report. Stevens out. He left sick early today, so he won't be here.
Okay.
Second.
For what one?
So he's made a motion to delete B, which is Stephen Gill,
Mm-hmm.
because he went home sick today.
Yeah.
Mark seconded his motion to delete B, Stephen Gill from the agenda.
Oh, okay. Motion made by Gary, seconded by Mark to
To delete Stephen.
to
Gill.
delete Stephen, because he was sick, I guess, and went home, so. All in favor?
Aye.
We
All
have-
opposed? Motion carries.
Do we have a proposed ordinance for fireworks yet?
Any public comment?
We get the book and see who's signed
Did you
in.
see who signed up? Yeah. Gary, and this.
This is unrelated to my later business, so I'll be quick. While reading Colorado Revised Statutes 2023, 29-1-1102 delinquency charges, notwithstanding any other provision to the contrary, no local government shall impose a delinquency charge except as provided in this section. 2, no delinquency charge may be collected by a local government on any amount due that is paid in full within 5 days after the scheduled due date, which is it to the 30th before we should be charging the due dates. I'm not here to argue or debate this. I just want to bring this to y'all's attention as one more thing that maybe we can allow that 5 days, gets these people past their problems. And at the end of the month, the 31st of the 1st, that's the end of it. I'll leave that for y'all to figure out later. I want to bring it to your attention. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm having trouble reading the name, last four on the phone is 0186. That's yours? Okay. And this Harold, I think.
No, he don't.
Any comment? No? Okay. Thank you. That's the three people that are signed in, sir.
That's all of the comments?
That's it for public comment.
Okay.
Bless you.
Bless you, precious.
That's you, yeah. Okay, I guess go to staff reports then.
The Arkansas River Basin Water Forum that we've been discussing, when I went in, only one person could go for free. So Brian, you were the only one that said, I am available, I can go. Everybody else was a maybe. So I signed you up. I believe I emailed you.
Is that thing at the Fowler Golf Course?
No, this is in, I think I even gave you a copy of this. Here, this is a copy of your copy. So you should have a copy of that. If you do, I mean, that's the only copy I got, so I'll need to make a copy before you take that. And then the EPA grants webinar, they could all go for free, so I scheduled Brian, Gary, and Scarlett.
Yeah.
Attend as you can. I gave you guys, I believe I printed out the information, so you each had your links, so you could log in and how you wanted to do it. So that was good. I got a phone call from a Mr. James Dilly. He goes by Doug. He is, looking at purchasing some property here in town and would like to know if we are opposed to a like trailer park type deal.
Ordinance.
It can't be more than so.
I
old.
did tell him it couldn't be more than 15 years old, and he said he had no problem with that. I did reference the ordinance in that manner.
And where would he propose that location be?
Over on Indiana,
Is he talking like multiple different ones, similar to like what's up at JR's or?
the way, he's, over on Indiana, I don't know. Everybody here, I think, knows who Indiana is. Mr. Vandermeer is selling his property, and that's whose property he's looking at to turn.
Oh,
it
down there at
into,
the end of the street there?
right next to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'd be paying for
Who-
multiple
who
water
is-
taps.
Yeah,
Well,
I
Kenny
didn't
and Sandy
go into
Banner,
any of the
there's
details.
abandoned
He wanted
properties
to know
up for
if we
sale
would
there.
allow it.
Because it's not just a single water tap. I mean, that's not,
Right, so I
feasible.
didn't go into any of that detail. He just wanted to know if it was something you guys would consider. And if so, then he'll want more detail, but he didn't want to get into all that until he knew whether or not it was something he should even worth investing
I
in.
believe we have zoning and planning committee that would probably need to go through them first. And we need to hear the recommendations. We used to.
At
Yeah,
this
but
time.
we don't. But we have an
So
ordinance right now. The
Uh-huh.
ordinance says no older than 15 years for the unit, right?
Yes, but you're
We should-
establishing a business within the community,
gotta-
so.
they gotta be
we have to
pretty
take
new.
that into consideration too.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
but for me,
Understand,
making
but
sure that there's individual water taps would be the
Water
first and foremost.
taps is
Foremost.
a big thing.
Okay.
Yeah, there's only one down there.
So they'd have to pay for the installation of additional taps.
Do you
Per-
guys
per
charge for
unit.
building permits?
Yeah, well, let's also look at the ordinance and see what all else is included in that. I mean, I live 100 yards away. I'd have no complaint if he's in compliance with whatever the ordinance is, then he's in compliance with whatever the ordinance is. You know, for me, it's about the ordinance.
And there's trailers throughout the community as it is.
So, yes, he can continue moving forward, or once I get the water tap
He's
question.
welcome to explore, but he
Okay.
needs to know the bare minimum is we're expecting
But we should,
individual water taps for each unit.
and we should send him a copy of the ordinance so that he's aware of whatever else is. But while we also revisit it to make sure we're current on what it requires, we need to send him a copy of it.
Okay.
By email, so he has a fair chance to understand what the rules are.
Plus, we probably need to know how many units he's looking at. Because,
Yeah, I need
That'd be good to know.
and if it's more than, say, 5, it probably needs to go through the water committee, which we do have.
Yeah,
Because you're gonna have additional usage on that line. We need to make sure that our current customers have sufficient supply.
Special water, yeah.
Is there any specific questions that, if I reach out to Rick and ask him specifics, any specific question that you'd like?
it's a little early for me to come up with specific questions, but I can
Okay.
probably come up with something with a little bit more time to think about it.
Yeah.
Out of the
I
blue.
mean, I won't have time to reach out to him and, to Rick until next week, but I can
Okay.
call the gentleman tomorrow and send him the ordinance and everything, so. But I will let him know that he can look further, but
He's welcome to pursue, but
yeah,
Yeah, he can look better and let us know what.
there will be questions.
what his intention is, yeah.
and then, Lisa, from SCEE, I always say it wrong.
SCEBEDD.
See, I told you, Yeah,
Once
I
you
say it
start
wrong.
saying it wrong, you say it
They
that way
have
forever.
the Regional Broadband Initiative. They're all in the month of February. I just got it last week, so
The meeting was today.
Mm.
the one closest to us was, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know if anybody would want to go. I feel bad bringing it up, but it's so late, And then, Peakview raised their rates, so any municipal strays that we were taking over there, they've raised all their rates. The total per dog is now gonna be 135. So if we take any strays over there,
Yes,
It'll be
Fowler.
yeah,
That was 135.
135, yes. And then I wasn't sure if my bond is due up again. Should I?
Do it.
Yeah, that's necessary.
Okay, Steven sort of wrote up a job description for himself because there wasn't one. So he wrote a generic one up. He asked me to, well, he didn't ask me. I told him I'm gonna show the board to make sure that the description is within your guys's standards, not his. So,
Are we allowed to add? Like you put,
I mean, it's your guy, I mean,
It's a
you
draft,
guys
it's a
should.
proposal, so
well,
yeah.
no, that's what I'm saying, like, if I think
Yeah.
of something to add, can I just write it on there and be
Oh,
like,
yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's a draft. It's so, I mean, it's just a rough idea of what he does on, on a weekly basis, but if you guys think of something needs to add, please add it. Okay. I reached out to Express Bill Pay. They were supposed to have me a quote by today, but they did not. They are actually tied to the Cassell billing program, the software. They're already tied in. They do the e-billing, they do auto pay, they do everything that every company can do. They're actually based out of the same place, same town. Cassell is based out of. They are bills. He showed me a picture of the bills. They look amazing. I don't know the cost, but I am going to go in because I believe you're due up that you can get rid of the merchant service that you have for credit card terminal. And I think Spot On is just about expired as well. And we're almost done with government portal. Those were the three that are costing money. So we should be pulling away from those. Spot On, I have to hold until we get like the Express Pay or another software going.
Then this would replace those three?
Yes. I don't know the cost, so as soon as I know the cost, I can call everyone with it, so you have an idea for the next meeting. Hopefully I'll get something before then, and then we can determine if it's something,
Would it replace those three completely or are there loose ends?
it would replace them completely. We would be able to get rid of the terminals, all that. They will provide a little Stripe if we want to still do it in the office occasionally. I mean, they will provide everything. So, and it ties to the Cassell program. It's already integrated in. When I first went in there, I saw it. I was like, so we reached out. They called us back. It was actually Friday morning because that was the only time they had available. And I was like, I'll take it. And it looks like it's going to work wonderfully with the program. It was sort of like the government portal did with Redline. But I don't know if they're have safety, because it seemed like government portal had a lot of safety issues.
So we still need to hear from them what the actual cost of it is
Yes,
and how that cost would compare to the cost of the other three.
right. And right now for Spot On, we pay $25 a month. And if we use the merchant, it's usually about $80 a month. So we pulled away from that one almost completely. But I still do get the occasional bill, like $59, just because we have the terminal. So I want to try to get away from those. The quicker, the better. So I'm trying to find something that works with the program already instead of finding something.
So we'll have the cost and the rest of the information in
Yeah,
the next meeting.
and once I have the price, I will call the trustees and give you all the price. And hopefully by the next meeting, we'll know whether or not.
Okay.
So, because I know a lot of our customers love that auto pay. You can even set it up for your own ACH payments, everything.
Sure.
So seemed like a really wonderful.
Convenience is good as long as it's efficient, secure.
Yeah, as
So
long as-
does offer that SMS texting.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Really?
I did
For our
forget that.
customers, and I think that goes with it, so we
Yeah.
wouldn't even have to pay for another one outside of.
That'd be good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and I did speak with the three trustees, Lisa Slaughterhouse, how do you say it again? I can't even remember how to pronounce her last name, with SCEDD, I got it right. She, is gonna Zoom a meeting with the three trustees. Scarlett will be in their office, and I don't know where those two will be. But I'm gonna give them the information tomorrow morning, so they can discuss some of the
For Friday.
projects that. I'll give you guys the information tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
Friday.
yeah, but for the Fridays. no.
Yes, it'll
Okay.
be for Friday. So,
Okay.
and then Sue Corbett stopped in today. They got the complaint, at the EPA that we were washing out the trucks out back. And she was explaining it to me today and I said, but we don't wash them out.
Wash
All
them
we
off
do is rinse
outside.
off the outside, the body and the cab of the truck. We don't go inside where the trash goes. So she's looking to see if, because all we do is rinse them off, if we can keep doing that or if we do have to stop. So until she gets back to me, they still have to run over too. And they may even have to after that, but she is looking into that. So that's where we're at on that one. And I sent the app, did you see the amped electric bill?
Mhm.
Mr.
It's
Chloe,
right here.
I think it made it to you and not back to him.
This one passed to me.
But that is for the altitude valve. It is in the budget to do it. I just want to make sure that I can go ahead and get the man scheduled. He's been on hold for a while. And, I also needed to know, can Everett go ahead and be scheduled as well? Are we still scheduling Everett?
That's in the current
We
proposed,
were holding
I
off on
have-
schedule until we had the money to pay.
and that's in the current proposed budget that we're
Yeah.
supposed to approve tonight.
Yes, that
Okay.
is correct.
So after we
Yeah,
approve
we
it, I have no
haven't
problem with that.
Okay.
approved budget yet.
Yeah,
So you
no,
have to
and none of
try to get
this,
them
I
scheduled.
just needed to know, once the budget is approved, can I schedule to get this work done? I've
Yeah.
been waiting for the budget to schedule, so, okay. And then, not sure if any, Sam is ill. He, not only is he sick, he also caught himself on fire. He has second and third degree burns all over his face and upper body.
Wow.
So he doesn't sound good. I called and talked to him today because I was curious because he was all eager about going to the agri meeting when I talked to him,
Yeah.
and now he can't go due to this. So he doesn't sound the healthiest. He sounds like he might have hurt his throat, maybe smoke inhalation or something.
Maybe.
So he can't make it tomorrow. I didn't know if anybody else would want to go. I know you said you couldn't.
I don't have
know.
transportation.
So, yeah, but.
I
that's
didn't
where
realize my wife was gonna go visit her cousin in the spring with our only vehicle.
So, and then my last thing is, I heard from SIPA, the SIPA grant that we put in to get our new server. And they said that I can reapply on May 1st. And the way I had applied, most likely we'll get the grant. So I'm hoping that we don't get the bill for our new one until we get the grant. So I'm hoping, but I don't, so that is all I had.
Did I miss your review of
I'm
the
sorry.
broadband meeting today?
We didn't really discuss much on it.
There was a meeting here. Can you give me a synopsis?
There
I-
wasn't a meeting. It was in Ordway.
I was
Oh,
gonna say, yeah,
it's just-
No, it says Ordway.
Right.
Ordway had the meeting and
And
nobody from here went to that meeting.
you were there,
I was not there.
we're not there, okay?
We didn't have her attend because she works for the town of Ordway, and we can't have her represent Sugar City on Ordway time.
Okay,
Right.
I just wanted to know. I misread this statement.
you're good.
Thank you.
That's all I had.
Move the trash then.
That got taken off. the
Deputy
agenda.
clerk,
It's been removed.
trash was taken off, B was taken off. We have.
Oh, that
deputy
was,
clerk?
that was Stephen?
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Deputy clerk has none, okay.
Okay. Guess we go to old business. The, messaging.
It's-
Mr. Flora.
I do have her things, but.
If I knew what you were talking about.
You told me at the last meeting to put it back on. I wasn't sure if you'd want to, with the express bill pay, if you just want to sort of table it until we got more information on that.
That's fine.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? Cause I'm a little bit confused. With the Fridays off thing that we did for February and March, were you guys going to do progress reports during your staff reports, or we need to add that as an additional agenda item at the next meeting?
Yeah, I did one last, so I didn't do one this time. I'll do one again next time.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and hers, all you have to do is check the website. That's the best way she can give you a report. So,
I should be finishing up, excuse me. I got all the ordinances on that we could find so far. So I just put them on. We only have a few left. Vita's scanning them because they're the ones that are really hard to scan. They're a legal size and
And rice paper.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So she knows how to get it in the scanner to take it because they have to be fed in. So she doesn't want to take a chance that I do it or Kayla and it rip or something. So we haven't been doing that. She's been doing that. So I put all the ordinances that I had. The way I had to do it is I had to open every ordinance, save it as a PDF. When she scans it in, it does not allow it to go on the website because it shows up as a shortcut. And when the computers are off on the weekend, that shortcut is not available. So I had to go in and do all those, but I did get the ordinances. I think there was like 170 or something like that that I had got on there. I wasn't in work all day this Friday. My daughter was sick. I had to take her to the doctor, so I came in for a couple hours. I think I worked a total of maybe 4 hours this last Friday. But the resolution should be done shortly. I just have to finish up a couple of them and then I'll upload them this Friday. They'll get done.
Okay. I was curious.
Oh, I'm progressing now.
Curious.
Yeah, that dog clinic, that's the one we was talking about with Fowler, right?
Hmm.
That dog clinic,
I believe US.
So the town of Ordway is hosting a vaccination clinic on March 30th from 9 AM to 1 PM. And what we proposed to all the neighboring towns in Crowley County is if you guys want to have like a registration table for your specific town to register your dogs, we would be open to having each town's registration there so that people can get their vaccines and get their dogs registered in hopes to maybe get more dogs registered and vaccinated in the community.
Like it.
Only Springs is on board. I haven't gotten a call back from Crowley and of course Ordway's. And so I was just proposing for Sugar City to do the same so that we could just get more dogs registered and stuff.
I've had several constituents ask, without a code enforcement at this time, what is the plan to ensure that everybody registers their dogs? Because otherwise some people are paying the fees and others are getting by with it once again.
Well, we need to figure that out, but I'm gonna register my dog. Because that's a responsible thing to do. I
And the
don't know,
irresponsible people continue to.
I
get
don't
by
know how
with
to
it,
guarantee to
and we have
somebody
a
that,
court that doesn't enforce.
I don't know
has
how to
yet to enforce.
guarantee to somebody that the world's gonna be a perfect place. I can tell you, I'm gonna get my dog registered. I encourage everybody else to get their dog registered. It's safest thing for the community. We do need to look at a way to put some teeth behind that.
And the teeth behind it's the problem. There's been 4 pit bulls that have visited my yard in the last week. 4 pit bulls. And at least 2 were aggressive. This same pit bull. This particular household has a record of over 5 attacks and bites. Vicious ones costing thousands of dollars in some cases, and emotional damage. And rarely have they registered them. So it makes no difference. And it seems quite unfair.
I agree, but without a budget to pay code enforcement, I don't know what solution we have. Now, I walk around this town, and if one of those pit bulls comes up to me, it'll be his last visit.
Well, it could start right, walk in our neighborhood.
Girl, I've tried to say that many times. They don't hear me, so.
Are you trying to talk, Clay?
No, I think
No,
Joni
Joni
just
was
came in.
coming on.
Joni, did you have something to say?
she on there?
She just
She's
came
coming
on.
on. She's.
I actually just got on. I don't know what's going on yet. I was having trouble getting in.
We were discussing some issues with dog and registration. We're talking about a dog clinic next month on March 30th in Ordway.
At 1 PM, the town of Ordway is putting on,
Yeah,
the town of Ordway is putting on a vaccination clinic through Aldrich Family Clinic in La Junta. They're coming out and they're offering discounted vaccines, and we were proposing that each town have somebody to register
Their
their
citizens.
prospective town's dogs at that time.
and that brought up a conversation about basically, why should anybody in town register theirs when there's no code enforcement to make sure that everybody has to register theirs?
But you're also, just a FYI, you guys are running a fine line of violating an OML practice because it's not on the agenda. That's a separate agenda item, so we have to kind of stick.
Then
to
we need to
topic.
table that for a future meeting.
Correct.
Well, our office is closed the 29th, so we've previously said that was the last day to have them registered, so we need to extend the date if you're going to allow that.
When is the clinic at? What day is the clinic?
The 30th of March in Ordway.
Okay.
Day of the last, one day after the last day to register.
Oh, okay.
March 31st to Sunday.
Do you know what the rates are on the shot, Scarlett?
I have a flyer that I don't know if I emailed it to Davita, but I will email it to you. I have a paper copy in the car.
Okay, great. That'd work. I'm just kind of curious.
I know they're at a discounted rate. I just can't tell you right off the top of my head.
Okay, thank you.
What's next?
Sheriff for contract, that. All right,
So
That's fine.
I don't think we've settled the previous issue. Are
Hold on.
we agreeing to
previous,
set up a table?
oh,
Are we?
Yeah, I think we need to have a table set up.
And are we changing the due date for registration? Which has been previously stated the last day the office is open, and who's gonna be there at the table? We can't just say, yeah, we talked about it and then not do anything.
Yeah, we need to figure out who's gonna be at the table. We need to discuss whether we want to extend this time frame under the current circumstances. Gary, thoughts?
I think we should.
You might as well, you did last time around, the spot my objection, so.
Well, part of my thought is everybody knows every year what day the registrations are due. And I mean, if you want to hold out and wait until you get a discount, thing is, they're due the same day every year. So it's not like it's a surprise. On the other hand,
Yes, but yet usually
if we
we have
wanna
our
get
own
those
shot
people
clinic.
ready,
I don't think we've extended the discount this year. It's gonna be the same price for
we did,
everyone.
well, we extended it last year over similar circumstances, but on the other hand, if you want to get more participation and more people get their animals registered. From that standpoint, it makes sense to go ahead and extend it to get people to come in and do that, but it still doesn't address the issue with code
I would
enforcement.
say just like maybe a week. Not extended a whole bunch, but maybe a week longer.
Anybody else thoughts?
I'm fine with that. I'm just telling you. That I don't remember talking about a discount this year. And if we did, instead of rewarding those who register late. As was mentioned last year, I believe. Gary said we should be incentivizing those who are registering early, not those that wait till the last minute. And getting the discount
Well,
after.
we're not talking about the discount there. We're talking about the discount on the shots themselves.
That's the only thing that's discounted is the shots.
We're not talking about the license being discounted.
Given license fee discounts in our town.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Ordway's not doing that.
I don't think we should either, but I do think we should give the people a chance to go get them vaccinated because a lot of people can't afford to take them to a vet and get it done.
Then we should extend the date and allow them to get the discounted vaccines, but not discount. the
Not a
license.
discount on the license.
So Joni,
I'm
what?
good with that.
So Joni, are you suggesting April 5th then as the new registration date?
That'd be a week.
Yep.
That's what I suggest.
April 5th.
That's Joni's suggestion. Is that in form of a motion?
Is the office open on April 5th or is that a Friday that we're closed?
Where we open
I
it.
don't know, what is it on?
So we will be open. Okay, the office will be open.
Joni, is that in the form of a motion?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to extend it to the 5th of April.
For vaccine discounts, not for the license discounts.
Yes.
For the vaccine discount.
Just for registration.
Yeah.
With vaccinations, no,
Yes.
no mention of discount of any sort.
I'll second extending that to the 5th.
Okay, John made a motion to extend, the vaccinations for the dogs, seconded by Brian. To what date was that?
April 5th.
April 5th.
We'll get that in a second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Yes, motion carries.
Who's gonna go to the event?
Whoever makes a
Vaccination.
suggestion.
Well, there wouldn't be an event, would there? They wouldn't
There
have
is
to go.
This
They'd have to have a table. That's what
on the
Scarlett
30th,
had proposed.
Gotta have a
dog
table set up,
licensing
set it
thing on
on.
the 30th in Ordway.
So that you can have
That's a
registration
Saturday.
right there at the same time.
Cause that's the only time you'll be able to get the shots.
Thank you.
Right, at a discount.
And then they
Um,
could come in that following week and get their tags at our town. I don't see why we'd have to set up a special table for it.
We need to be at the event in Ordway to register Sugar City people. So that we have their documentation. That's what Scarlett was explaining
Oh, wouldn't
earlier.
it be just as easy just to have them bring it into the office and sell them the tags?
Well, it's
Rather than
easier-
have to have,
Just a suggestion, because the event's in Ordway, is if you're bringing Sugar City folk to come get their pets vaccinated, they're gonna have to fill out paperwork with the veterinarian in order to get the paperwork for their rabies or whatever they're getting. And so it would be simple just to have them register it at the same day. But that's just my suggestion. Because we're hosting the event.
Sugar City's already given them an extra week, so now we can't get someone to go work the table out of all the council members. I mean, I'm already gonna be there. Not you. I mean, if you wanna give them an extra week, go work the table, go set up the table and give the citizens a discount.
I would recommend
Yeah.
have Kayla do it because she isn't full-time. And so we wouldn't have
I don't think
about
that's
taking
enough.
days off out of, I mean, I'm already behind from doing other things that I have to get together, so I had to put work aside and I know to keep it small. Because-
Well, if you guys- If you guys will get me up to speed on what paperwork you need, I'll go. Sit at the table.
that'd work. I'll make a motion to have Brian sit at the table.
Brian already made that motion.
I'll second it then.
Are you gonna sit on the table?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay, Brian will sit on the table. Make the
That's-
motion, seconded by Joan. All in favor?
Aye.
Need a- on that?
All opposed? Motion
As a
carries.
townsperson, I have a question.
You have to
Is
bring it to
the,
What's that, Scarlett?
She said as a townsperson, she has a question. I said, if you have a question, you have to bring it to the next agenda.
Right, because public comment's already closed.
Correct.
You said that was 9 to 1 for that clinic, right?
Correct.
Where specifically is that going to be located in Ordway?
The Conestoga Park, the big park across from the high school.
Okay, okay.
Did on that.
That should handle that.
Truck 5, Gary.
Sheriff
Sheriff
contract.
contract. Sheriff contract.
Sales contract, Dave. Oh, I'm passing that.
What is our discussion
What was
on the
that?
sheriff's
Sheriff
contract?
contract?
Last
Sheriff
time I
contract.
put it sheriff for something else and you said, that's not what I said. I said sheriff
Right
for
here.
contract.
Right
So
here.
I put it on. I
It's on
figured it
there.
had something to do with doing a contract with the sheriff's office.
What is the topic?
Well, it's all like, I have
think
no
she
idea.
brought it up.
what she
Well,
talked about this.
she forgot, so think about it and let us know.
Yeah, cause you're the one who brought it up.
Well, I just, okay, and maybe this is what we're speaking of. I don't understand having a jail fund when we never use it in our budget. Why are we having a jail fund and then not having a contract with the sheriff? And so only one town in all of Crowley County pays anything at all to the sheriff. And so what I hear a lot of is the sheriff from townsfolk in general, not anyone in
ahead.
particular. the sheriff won't enforce anything over in all these other little towns because they don't have contracts with the sheriff.
Well,
But
my
every
understanding,
taxpayer within the county does already pay for the sheriff's salary and that office.
My
So,
understanding is
as
that we
members of
were-
the county.
we were looking for the sheriff potentially to serve warrants or serve process or whatever, and the sheriff wanted a separate contract with the town. And our stance from the town was we already pay taxes, and that's supposed to cover law enforcement for the entire county, and we're part of the county. And the sheriff is somebody correct me if I'm not remembering this correctly, but the sheriff wanted a separate contract for them to provide service out here, and it was gonna be a significant amount of money
I think it
or
was,
something that should be
like
covered
4 or
by our
5
taxes
thousand.
anyway.
You
it
want
was like 45,000.
Yeah, it was thousands and thousands of dollars, and we're already paying.
I think it was referred
taxes.
to by some as extortion, but
Yeah,
yeah.
so it's already supposed to be covered by our taxes. Why would we enter into a separate
Yeah,
contract?
he is
And
supposed
pay
to come out, but he won't do it.
$1,000 extra for what's supposed to be covered by our taxes.
So
So that's
I
where.
would like to propose a resolution, exhorting the individuals to go ahead and enforce their own dog issues, because we have no code enforcement, we have no sheriff's office or
You
anything
have to
else.
put that on a new agenda because
I-
that violates.
I
automatic.
understand, that's why I'm making a suggestion. And that's what we're talking about, a proposal.
But I'm saying you can't even discuss it.
We can
because you have
discuss
to
it at the
have
sheriff's contract.
But it's not dealing with. the
It,
sheriff.
it would, because you would put in the resolution that whereas the sheriff refuses to do jack squat in our community, that's how you start it off. Because of the extortion, attempted extortion by the
Let's put
sheriff's
this on
office.
the next agenda in clear terms that spells out what we're actually gonna talk about, rather than wander off the basic topic right now.
And I'd like to, just so you guys are aware and give you a little context. What you're going through is very typical. What a lot of towns will do, because the sheriff's, your tax pays for the sheriff, pays for law enforcement. But the statute's pretty broad. Well, I shouldn't say that. The statute grants the sheriff pretty broad discretion in what that actually means. And so what it comes down to, and the practicality of it, is that sheriffs are required to respond to basically emergency police calls in your town. What you're talking about is daily administration of service of process, standbys, nuisance tickets, things like that.
Clay,
That would be-
they've even refused to enforce state statute about vicious dogs. State statute, they've clearly chosen to ignore, they've directly approached. And
No,
they've
I
said-
understand that. I'm just giving you the lay of the land. So what some towns have, what some towns will do, and what you guys are opting not to do, and I totally understand, I'm not trying to convince you otherwise. Is that they will enter into an IGA with the sheriff's department and pay them to get normal patrol, to do that. And what happens, just as a practical matter, when that happens, sheriffs all of a sudden become a lot more accommodating. And in their ticket writing for those towns that they have contractual agreements with. Now, I'm not going to use the words you use, but that's just how it works in general.
But there's no restriction on us passing a resolution in the future shaming the sheriff for not doing his job, correct?
That's up to the town, yes.
Thank you.
I would suggest not straining relationship with the county sheriff if you can help it, but I understand.
There are no good relations.
Well,
There's
fair enough.
nothing to strain.
Okay,
What's next?
okay, truck fire, Gary.
So it went back to McCandless. Its DPF was plugged up again. Because it's got a bad injector and one under, which I told them was what was wrong with it before they put the last DPF in it. It's pretty much $32,000 for a repair on that truck.
That we wouldn't have if they listened to you last time and changed that valve.
They won't back up none of their work?
Oh, they're not going to, no, and Legally, I don't know how much we can do about it, but I do know we don't need to have them fix it to maybe have it actually fixed and maybe not. We need to go elsewhere
Yeah.
with it.
Cause that game's getting old at $1,000 a
Yeah,
month.
well, 32,000
the
is
point
too
this
much.
Truck's at, it's already, if we do that, it's already exceeded what the payment is.
And we got the payment too.
A replacement motor is gonna cost real close to about the same by the time you have one put in. Truck 7, while it still runs, it needs brake work and the bed is rusting out, so we would probably have to put one of the beds off of the other trucks on it, and we're talking about $30,000 to do that job, so, that's
I
something
just-
y'all might
Okay, we-
ponder on a little bit over the next few days. I personally think it's an absolute no on having them to fix it. That cylinder is dead, so at very least it needs rings and a liner in it, and it's old and wore out as is, so.
What are you thinking? What are you
Well, we
suggesting?
don't have the money to fix it in the first place, so.
The trash truck? No.
Yes,
So how many trucks, if we pulled it, would be still in operation?
we have 2 with nothing to back it up. Because 7 is shut down right now because it's not safe, brake problems. Till that gets fixed, it's not going back on the road. Truck 6 sitting down there, they done an in-frame rebuild on it and it didn't even make it back here before it was having injector problems in it. So I have no idea what it takes to get it back up and running, but it has a good bed on it. 5 has a good bed on it. 7, it's functioning, but it's old and wore out too, so.
How long would it take to get the brakes fixed on that one truck?
A week probably.
Following approval of
That's
the
that-
budget.
That's
It
that
sounds
liner.
like you really like a new truck.
I would not like another payment, no. I would like to have a mechanic on duty part-time. That would be cheaper than paying $180 an hour for somebody to put a motor in, when if I had a mechanic on duty, they could do it for a few thousand.
Didn't we have a qualified
Versus-
mechanic that was Mr. Carly and the town shot him down?
Yeah, he used to do it. but- Yeah.
So I don't
That-
know.
that-
if-
that's
if
that
you-
back
if
liner
you
on
were-
the-
I
on
don't
the
know what,
truck?
that was before I got here, but I think the council probably should re-examine that and
He won't
Go-
go back.
go begging because we have no one else.
Go back.
He won't do it now. He's got a towing service that he relies on a lot.
That's something that should have been thought of beforehand.
Yeah, but at the time, yeah.
7, even if the brakes is fixed, the end of the bed is rusting off and will have to be rebuilt.
On the back end,
Yes,
cause what's the name for Rocky Ford? He used to put them in for us. Welder, what's his, oh, he's just right out of town there.
Move welding?
Hmm?
Move welding?
Louis?
Probably mute, yeah.
No,
There's
this
another guy
is a
down
welding
south.
job, but it's not just that cover plate. The whole framing that locks on the tailgate to the body is rusted through where I can stick a finger between the weld joints in it. It needs the bed.
But what you're saying, we could put a bed off one of the other trucks on there?
I am, but it would still be a pretty expensive job because they don't match up exactly and they would have to make new hoses and stuff. And, it's gonna be several thousand either way.
Okay.
6, yes, 7 is the one that's the oddball though, and that's the only truck that runs. truck 5 and truck 6 have the same beds on them and would be interchangeable, but 7 has oddball, and so. Right now, we have 2 trucks on the road, but we have nothing to use as a backup if something happens, so.
Yeah, we're getting in bad shape for that. Their repair is what's costing it, and it's what's breaking
To
us.
put another $32,000 into that truck that already has 25 or so in it since the first of the year. And that's a new payment of 43,000, and,
It's pretty obvious that McCandless is not who we want to go to.
no. And that's the frustrating part, is because I was told a year and a half ago that the injector was bad. And instead of getting in there and fixing it, they changed the DPF and now it's ruined that cylinder, and
Well, I have a lead on a mechanic that's done some significant work for me, but I don't know if he's qualified to do what you're asking about, but if you'll give me more clear
Yeah, well,
parameters on
it's
it, I can inquire
east
and
of-
find out.
Out of Rocky Ford there.
well,
Hmm?
I had Stephen call, and it's gonna be 18 to 20,000 to switch out a motor. And 8 or 10,000 to find a low mileage motor to go in it. Or you fix that one for about the same price, and it's got 1.5 million miles on it already. It don't make sense. to
Yeah,
drop
the one
that
that-
kind of money into
The
it.
one I was thinking of was
But we
Moose
have to
Welding. He's the one that
have-
did it.
Yeah.
for us. It might be worth having him in, let's see what he would charge.
Well, the whole end of that bed has to
Yeah,
be
well-
rebuilt. It's not just putting that.
Yeah, I know,
cover
he
sheet
did that.
in
He used
there.
to do it for us.
So, it'd be worth asking you. Might be cheaper than
Yeah.
switching a bed out,
We could get a quote.
Yeah,
but
'cause he did it for us when I was way back there.
We're gonna have to do something.
something has to be done soon. Hopefully I'll have some good options by our next meeting, but
Okay.
y'all should be aware of that. That's,
Thank you for bringing it to our attention.
Okay,
but, that last $11,000 bill we paid on it was for absolutely nothing. So, that's,
that's what you in a bind, okay. Well, I guess we'll go to Kohler.
Yeah.
I guess Jake Kohler.
Good evening.
All right.
Sure.
First time I get to come up here with something great. First, I'm gonna break this down into 3 parts. I would like to extend the Meet the Candidates Day from 10 to noon, add an hour to it from 12 to 1 for Adam Randall, DMV, to come down from Fountain, meet everyone. Also, I spoke with the county commissioners today, encourage them to come also. Can we do that?
This is the doctor you were talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
DNP, he has a PhD, he's a nurse practitioner, but he does have a doctorate degree in family medicine. So DNP versus doctor, he can be called a doctor, but he actually just likes Adam. So, is that a yes, we can do that?
I'll have no objection.
Yeah, I've had the conversation with you before. I have no objection.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're suggesting the candidate forum followed by an opportunity to meet him,
For 1 hour.
which is different. Okay.
That allows everyone that wants to be involved, everyone on this council, anyone who came for the meeting. He gets a chance to shake hands with a few folks, gives him a reason to come down here, not one at a time. We're all here. We can all focus on it.
You're not looking for a moderator for that point.
Oh, absolutely not. No,
Okay.
everyone is free. All I need is the building for an hour, hopefully without charge. I will gladly clean up and take care of whatever I need to do. We can, that's pretty easy.
We just need to have
We're already
somebody
open.
on site that can lock up and set the alarm.
Absolutely.
Who would that be? Would you be present for that meeting? Can you lock up the building and set the alarm after the
What day is that?
the same day as the Meet the Candidates? It's
Oh.
ninth.
Yeah, I'm gonna open up here for
from
I mean,
10 to
kind of
12
anyway.
We're just extending it 1 hour. is all
Yeah.
I'm asking.
So
And
it's
that
three-
gives you a
6 seconds.
chance, everyone a chance to actually
This
ask
is-
your questions.
It's a second event after they meet the candidates, another second
Yeah.
event right
That'd
on
be
the
on the
tail end
9th,
of that for an
yeah.
hour.
On the 9th,
From
okay.
1 till 2.
Yeah, no, I,
12 to 1.
yeah, I can do it, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, with that, I've been talking to Adam Family Healthcare about bringing or Randall Family Healthcare about bringing a clinic out here, a satellite clinic. He has interest in the building next door. I've explained all of this to you already, but just for everyone else. The idea is to bring in a family service clinic that can also handle opioids treatment. Adam has a specialty in addiction medicine. He has a PhD again in family medicine. So between the two of them, he could do a lot of good out here. We would like to rent the building next door across the street. I did a full inspection on it this week, the roof, the heater, everything. I'm completely aware of what's wrong and what it would take to fix it. We will be handling, or when I say we, I'm simply a representative. I have no financial stake in this. I'm just speaking on Adam's behalf. He will completely revamp the building or we'll clean up the inside of the building. We'll add an exam room. We'll have to make adjustments to the current bathroom situation. The hallway on its way through it is not ADA compliant and is probably more work to make than is realistic. So we would like to go through the kitchen area, revamp the 2 bathrooms to 1 bathroom to make it large enough to be ADA compliant, wheelchair accessible. We'll add in a 36-inch door and that eliminates that whole hallway issue. We will still maintain that hallway for public use of that bathroom, but this is how we get around the ADA.
The wheelchair access will go through the kitchen area.
Yes.
Okay,
Not everyone will go through that way, but
correct. Those who need to.
it's one of the ways we make sure we check all of the dots and T's.
Sure.
Other than that, it's a pretty simple setup. It'd be basic. We would like the town to give it to us on a provisionary lease for 2 years, $1 a year. The same as was given to
That's ready.
Yeah. In doing so, we relieve the city from all the expenses of utilities. I believe that's around $2,400 a month is the estimate I was given. So that right there frees up $2,400 for the city to do something better with.
Per month,
A year, you mean?
per month.
year.
Per year?
You
Per
said
month?
you said per month. I think you meant per year.
Excuse me, I meant
Per year.
$2,400 per year.
Okay.
Per year.
About $200 a month is what I was told.
Mhm.
And if we can cover that for 2 years, that's again, that much longer. We will also cover that roof. I was up there yesterday. It's a simple fix. Same for the heater. Any other provisions you might request, we can negotiate. I think, we have something workable here. He's ready to get going. He'll be out here March 9th. One other request is that I ask the city to waive any permit fees for construction on the inside of the building. We'll already be investing in the building, paid to invest in the building. I'll look for any cuts I can find. And then last would be, everyone here knows about the opioids fund. We have greatly researched it this week. There's a lot of stipulations and clauses. We think we can meet all of them. We had intended on meeting the March 15th deadline, then we withdrew that idea. Today, after a meeting with the council or the county commissioners, if one of you is willing to help me on this before the next election cycle, before the March 15th, the city is eligible for $4,000 per year out of this fund. Sugar City is. This is per the county commissioners. This is without any great leaps and bounds to get to. This is simple. Only need one person to work with who will stand up, say, and work with me and represent the city to get
And
this
they
done.
have restrictions and requirements on what that 4,000 can be spent on. I'm assuming it's got to be spent on this project we're talking about with that building or.
Well, it'll probably, we have a wish list of medical items, EKG.
Okay, that's in the
defib,
packet.
everything I gave you.
Okay,
That is our wish list. That would relieve some financial strain off of us to get this set up.
sure.
It's about $7,200 worth. If I can get someone to help me with the 4,000 here, then I will put in a request for a grant directly from the county. No guarantees on this, but rather than going to the fund, I will go to the county and ask them for the other $3,200. Absolutely no guarantee. Until they meet the doctor, this is all just an idea.
Sure. Okay.
But if we're willing to put in the work, we can have half the equipment right up front and get started immediately. And we just see how it goes. Should there be a hangup, you're welcome to add in a provision that allows the city to terminate the lease at 1 year if we haven't met our obligations in the first year. If we have, give us the second year to prove we can do something with it. The end goal is to have a local clinic that helps people. Also, we branch out. Up north, there was an RV program. That's the last part of what my packet.
So
Fortunately, the two commissioners that are down here that are on the opioids council already helped approve that program. It was supposed to, I believe, help 13 counties. We haven't seen it. So our goal is to get another one of those setups down here. Crowley County, if we can't support it enough for population with Crowley County, to bring in Pueblo County, bring in Otero, spread this program out, put it to work. So that is my request.
So my understanding of what you were talking about, was that this is a process where he would establish a clinic in this building across the street, basically for family practice, but also for like drug addiction recovery, opioid recovery.
Yes.
Okay, so that would provide an additional medical resource to our residents in the area, as well as addiction treatment and counseling for those people in the community as well. That you're requesting a 1-year lease of the building to you for $1, that you will then pay the roughly $200 a month utility. So that's going to save us $2,400 a year that we're not paying on utilities because you're paying it. You're gonna seal the roof. You're not gonna replace it, but you're gonna seal it so it doesn't leak. You're gonna make the changes to the bathroom to make it ADA accessible. And you're gonna fix the furnace in the building so that there's heat. And then at the end of the year, at the end of the
Yes,
year,
out of Adam's pocket.
at the end of the year, if you've not met your obligations, we can terminate the lease if things aren't moving forward. And we've saved $2,400 in utilities and got a furnace and a roof taken care of. But if we're on track at the end of the year, we lease for another year for another $1. And during that year, we're gonna save another $2,400 on utilities to bring this clinic up and running to where it can begin servicing the community. And I don't know whether or not there'll be any tax money generated from the services provided in that building. But if there are, that would be a benefit to us as well. But it's a benefit
No,
to the
it won't.
community.
No, it
Just,
won't. No, it won't. There's no taxes.
well, I said, I don't know if, but if it did, it would be
Sugar
a
City
benefit.
doesn't currently have tax.
Okay, so it still would bring the benefit of the service to the community.
Right.
And it wouldn't cost us any, it actually would save us close to $5,000 over 2 years. Because we're not paying the utility cost. So currently, I don't see a downside to it.
The complaints might be that there are drugs on the site, which there will not be. Adam will not keep any narcotics or
And
medics
and
on
we
site.
discussed that as well, because we need that sign posted.
That will not be. an
That
issue.
there will be, there's no drugs kept at this building so that nobody's gonna want to break in and find out.
We agree with your signage.
Okay. Anybody else have any thoughts or comments on the idea?
Would you be opposed to us advertising
No, there is a potential, there is not a. guarantee,
Is it
but
right
there's
now?
a potential. He does not need that much space. He needs a 12 by 12 room. That's all he actually needs, and a bathroom because it's in a building, so he's required to provide a bathroom.
Sure.
Doesn't need all that. There is a potential, and we are working this out, this is not in stone, to turn that into a multi-resource center. Not only will the doctor's office be in there, he'll have his own office, he'll have his own exam room, he'll be left alone, but there's additional space to allow us to use maybe the opioid fund or other grants or resources to help bring people in and help them with community resource. Great example is the LEAP Beat program, the air conditioning, refrigerator program, a whole bunch of other ones that most people don't even know about. I seem to be the only one who knows that the government is paying cell phone bills for anyone who's on Medicaid right now. But everyone I've spoke to that is in these programs, no one's actually getting these benefits because they don't know the program exists.
Because the rest of us taxpayers can't afford to keep paying for it.
That's a whole different argument. But while the money's there, these people should be using it. The people that need it.
Might I suggest that after he's refurbished, should he be approved for that? That maybe he works it out and sees if, cause he's not gonna be here maybe once, the satellite, once or twice a week.
This would
He's
be
not
2 days
gonna,
a week.
he's not gonna be here the rest of the time. That he could, co-share with, it would be nice to have a chiropractor in our county.
Sure.
Think you could get one?
There are those that might be interested.
A lot of things could be worked out. There's plenty of space is available. We're not greedy about it. Yes, he's only gonna be here 2 days a week, which is why we would like to do the resourcing. If you can line up a chiropractor, that's, yes.
Yeah,
Anything we can do that brings resources to our community is a bonus.
agree. I'd like to know if, Mr. Buckner has any thoughts or comments on this idea.
Maybe some copy of the contract or suggested contract.
I have not brought a suggested contract. I figured we'd work through our city attorney.
Yeah, yes, that's why I'm asking. Have you brought one? Sent one to him? Mr. Buckner received a copy yet of your suggestion?
Yes, I've emailed with him. He sent me some questions back yesterday. I responded to them. Pretty much what I just laid out for you, but a couple specifics.
Okay.
But I have not received a contract. If that's your question, sir. I'm not.
No,
Yeah, so I don't have any real questions or concerns if this is something the board wants to do. You know, the key is that it's for the health, safety, welfare of the entire community, and it's that's the purpose of it. My suggestion is that we do put the terms of, we make the terms of the lease very specific and make sure we delineate everything that's discussed. So we don't just talk about it and say, okay, let's do the lease. The lease terms itself, you know, it should be in there, and then of course the board should get another chance to kind of look at it and approve that, and actually approve that lease by resolution, written resolution to, you know, adopt the lease and adopt the, you know, the proposal. Because, you know, it's not like answering an RFP. I mean, this has kind of been brought to you with no parameters other than what they're suggesting, and so we just need to make sure we encapsulate that somehow.
Laid out in writing in detail.
Yes,
absolutely.
sir.
Okay,
That's just good business.
agreed.
I do have one concern,
Yes.
parking. The post office already has issues there,
Yeah,
it might be that part of the back area has to be used for it, because it's 2 cars out there and, you know, it's crowded.
I don't have a great answer for that one. I have considered it. If we move the parking to the back, that's gonna require a lot of concrete, the ADA. That's gonna get expensive quick. Parking in the front, my thought is we have the 2 spots, those are left for patients.
Handicap parking out front and regular parking in the back, and it's all ADA compliant.
If that's the way we can work it, absolutely.
But I just think if he does any real business, 3 or 4 cars out there, and that's about shut down Main Street, you know, there's no parking there.
Sure.
There's
That's true.
nothing there, so.
Hopefully they can walk
extend down-
across the street and park on this side of the street.
Say, Cass, can they park, we own that property for the entire block, correct?
No.
No.
Ehar owns
It's
that
your
stuff
cut.
from
We
the
control
post office to the
street,
south. Ehar owns that.
not the lots.
All right.
John Ehar owns that part.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
But-
building
but-
and straight west behind.
But street parking is street parking, like anybody can park on the street.
Yes, but we've had issues with this in
The
the
post office
past.
has had issues with their people
This has been a serious
That sounds like if you're a
issue.
personal problem, street parking is open to the public.
I think their complaint stems from when the food drive was in there, we would take over that entire area.
No, but that's no longer an issue.
Okay,
It's not.
but
Well,
No.
I believe that's where you're
But-
blocked
stems
off.
from.
I understand,
office
but
and stuff.
at the end of the day, street parking is still street parking and it's open to the public because we don't have anything blocked off for like red, yellow. We have a
Blue.
handicap spot, I think is all that we have.
Okay.
So
but
I understand the
saying that
complaint,
doesn't Make the problem go away when it happens.
but they're complaining about something that they have no ability to control or
Complain about.
complain about. Like you can complain all day, every day. Doesn't mean that it's gonna be a complaint that's valid.
Sure.
I thought so too, but, your food drive wound up getting moved somewhere else because of it, so.
But it's now a non-problem.
It did become an issue, whether it should have or not, it has already led to one of our valuable resources in town having to go to a great expense to resolve the issue, and I would like to prevent it leading to another one having to, so, just because we think it's not a problem, it will be a problem, it has been a problem in the past.
Do you have any recommendations?
But like I said, just turn the back parking area into a parking lot, put handicap out front. That way your handicap people have access, so it's all sidewalk and everything.
Could that rear parking lot, at least initially, could that be a dirt parking lot?
Absolutely. That's what I'm getting at. If it doesn't have to provide ADA access, then
That's my only
it can
concern.
just be dirt, hay parking out back.
That's very, we can be flexible about that. These, we're not rigid about anything. We need a 12 by 12 space, honestly. The rest of it is negotiable.
I'd like to address your comment, or suggestion that we waive fees. How did you describe it?
Building
All it said
permit.
Building
was-
permits.
Oh, yes.
Please realize that those fees go directly to Rick, it's my understanding. It's not a matter of, we would expect you to pay any actual cost to Rick or our inspectors, not just maybe not any additional beyond his cost, but actual cost. There's nothing in our budget to go for actual costs.
I know.
So any actual cost for inspections and stuff would still need to be covered.
Yeah, I'll make sure that he's aware of that. Any other questions?
Any other thoughts?
So how soon till you'll get a suggestion to Mr. Buckner?
What format would you like this in? How would you like this to look? What I gave you before was just a general premise of what we're doing. Do you have a sample lease we can work with that on to simplify this?
Yeah, have you drafted, is this something that's is kind of a case of first impression for you, or have you done this before and drafted a lease with local government?
I have never drafted a lease with local government. I'm familiar with.
All right, so why don't you, if the board directs me, I will draft the lease and we will obviously prepare a section of town responsibilities and then, lessee responsibilities, and we'll hash out the details in the lease.
Absolutely. Sounds simple.
How many weeks till you can have that done, Mr. Buckner?
It shouldn't take me too long. I've done quite a few leases like that are similar, so the real trick isn't the draft, it's getting it back in front of the board to approve the terms of the lease. So we just need to make sure that what I'll work with, what is it? I think we could have it first week in March.
You could have it for the next initial meeting.
Certainly, well, let's do that. Certainly by the third Wednesday of March, but let's shoot for, if you direct me to, I'll do it and make sure it's done for the first meeting in March. But it's going to take a little bit of time and collaboration with staff to make sure I get all those bullet points in there.
Is it going to require
What was your
a
timeline?
first reading and then approval, or since it's a resolution, it can be done?
No,
in one day?
it's not right. It's not an ordinance. It'll just be passed by resolution, so it can just go into effect immediately.
Okay.
What was your
timeline?
If we can get some things in place by March 15th, Mark, if you're willing to work with me on this 4K and getting in something that the city represents to give him, March 15th is my rush date.
Who do you speak of?
To access the opioids fund, the city council can access this at $4,000 a year. That's what Sugar City was allotted, and then we passed it up to the county. I was told today that the mayor or a trustee can get involved, and we can request this through the
You
city.
just need a request to to the county?
Uh,
Who has made this
I'll work
request
on
going
the
to?
specifics of it, but that's my understanding, yes.
I'm happy to be the representative, but I just don't have the time capacity at this time. That's one of the reasons I'm leaving council.
But what exactly do you need the council representative
Here, I
to
thought
do?
it's because you didn't like.
We're gonna put in a
I go
request
put you
for
on.
equipment, $4,000 worth, whatever we can squeeze out of that list.
You brought some
And
cabbage and.
After that,
St.
we're talking
Patrick's Day.
the facility.
Well, I understand the goal of council participation right away is to try to beat this March 15th date and to access this $4,000, the annual that's available to the town in order to try and knock some items off this list.
Correct.
I understand that. What I'm asking is, what exactly does the council representative need to do in order to help make that happen?
I'll have those answers tomorrow. I was given until this afternoon, when I sat down with the county commissioners, we had decided to step back and plan for September 15th. There's a lot of little information to make sure we're covered. And at the same time, it highly recommends a letter from the council. We're not there yet. We don't deserve that letter yet. We have to get something rolling before someone's gonna believe us and write it in writing.
If it's just a written request to the county, I'm happy to be the liaison.
Yeah.
But we would need to have the proposal or the resolution approved before then.
Okay.
So that's why I'm asking at what point we can have this resolution approved as directed per contract with Mr. Buckner. That's why I'm asking which date it can be approved by. Otherwise, it's just a wish list and it's a waste of everyone's time.
Well, if Mr. Buckner has that paperwork back by the next meeting on the 6th, that still gives us about 10 days, 9 days to have our paperwork to.
And I have no problem with, if it's just a matter of a written request.
It's a rush. I hate that it's till now. The next one is until September 15th. Otherwise,
No, I'm fine with that, but I
Yeah.
don't know what details.
Oh, do you need the resolution or do you actually need the lease itself? Because the town can resolve to enter into a lease if that's all you need. Typically, third parties don't need to see the actual contract or lease. They just want to know that the town is. Made the
Yeah,
decision
they want to
to-
know there's an agreement. So I think we'd need the resolution approved to take forth with the request.
Which sounds like we could do that on the 6th at our next meeting, right?
Sounds like you could do it tonight, honestly.
Could we do that tonight? Could we do that
I
tonight?
don't think so. I think that would need to wait because there may be.
Oh, no,
public comment.
because it would violate OML because we didn't put resolution on the thing.
that was my expectation, is
Right.
that it would be at least 2 weeks from now.
So might I suggest that Mr. Buckner can have the resolution ready by the next council meeting?
On the 6th.
And if it's approved at that point, I'd be happy to assist,
That's right.
assuming that it's just a letter of recommendation or an appearance making that request.
Awesome. Thank you.
Which makes it overall sound very positive at this point.
It's a win-win. There's some downfalls to it. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of trouble on this building. With some effort, some work, we bring a decent medical provider out here. We tap into a huge fund that later on, maybe we can bring into the community and do something with. Programs, some assistance for needy families. There's a lot of money there for a lot of different reasons. It's just gonna sit there if we don't use it. It's gonna go to another county. Just fine, but I care about this county.
Yeah.
So. All
Well,
right,
I'm,
then.
I'm glad you brought it up. I think we've got a good outlook on a good possibility. We'll have to
Okay.
see how it plays out, but thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Very good.
It's your favorite time.
Budgets,
2024 budget.
Didn't we have approved? I think short of approved?
Yeah, absolutely.
We have to actually approve it in this meeting.
Yes, but we have everything balanced correct at this time, right?
We have all of your happy numbers.
Okay. I would move to approve
I don't know what.
2024.
I didn't say after the,
I move to approve the 2024
said very
budget as it is currently balanced and it's probably the first one that's been such this soon in many, many years.
that's for sure.
Well, I agreed to join the council to try to get back on this track.
I'll
I
second.
assume there's a second,
I'll second.
but moved
there's
and
not
seconded
one,
by
I'll
Scarlett.
Move it, you made the motion?
Yep.
Okay, Mark made the motion on the 2024 budget and seconded by Scarlett. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Do we need a separate
The resolution.
vote for the resolution?
Yeah.
I was making sure for a mess up. Okay, I move to approve the resolution for the 2024 budget. It's on page 7 in your budget packet.
Second.
Okay, Scarlett made a motion to accept the budget and seconded by Mark. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion carries.
And
Okay.
resolution 2023. Next page.
Oh,
Page
I
9.
move to accept the resolution to set the mill levies 2024-3.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, she made the motion for what?
Made the motion to approve the mill levy on page 9.
On page 9?
2024-03.
This is a increase in the mill levy,
No, it's the same as that should.
so it's just a continuation,
Carrying forward.
because I will not approve a increase.
It's not an increase.
Okay. As long as that we're increasing. It's been moved and seconded. Page 9.
Page 9?
Yeah, it's been moved and seconded. Resolution set mill levies.
No, okay, resolutions made to accept it.
Yes.
Yep, it's been moved
Okay.
and accepted or moved and seconded.
Make motion, a motion been made by Scarlett, seconded by Mark.
I
Right.
think it was made by
Oh, made by Brian,
Brian and seconded by Scarlett.
seconded by Scarlett. I'm
Yep.
sorry. Okay. To accept the,
So all in favor?
all in,
Resolution to set mill levies for 24-20 -03.
a resolution levying general property taxes for the year 2024. To frame the cost of government for the town of Sugar City. Are all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go to the approval of the bills.
Nope, there are 2 items added. Okay, so CML conference, we just got emails today. I am trying to stress to you guys as a council that this is imperative for Davita and Vicky. If you can only send one, then send one. But it's imperative that you probably send somebody because they are making Karen and I were just in a meeting this evening about legislative updates for municipalities regarding housing, and so they're gonna be having classes on that. They're gonna be having classes on a variety of subjects that your town clerks, trustees, whomever should probably attend. It's $295 for the conference registration fee, and that does not include hotel lodging stuff. But it's pretty imperative that you send somebody, because you're missing out on a lot of information that you're not gonna get anywhere else.
What is the
Any
date for
scholarships
this?
available?
Yes, there are scholarships.
There are
available, but
scholarships.
You have to turn it in by March 1st.
Yeah, so you're on a heck of a time crunch, and they have to have, part of the scholarship is they have to have a letter of approval from this town council.
I would move that we provide a letter of acceptance to send it to Vita to the June 18th to 21st in Loveland, this CML annual conference. With her applying a scholarship in the next few days. To hopefully save some money. I do believe it's in the new finalized budget. So with that, I would make that motion.
That's on what day?
It's,
It's the 18th through the 21st of June.
Oh, June?
Yeah.
yes, and that's like the biggest training that you will probably need for your office.
Okay, I guess a motion been made to send Davida to the CML meetings on the 19th, 18th of June.
Correct.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Who seconded that?
And I was looking
I did.
at the scholarship thing on that today online. If we can qualify for that scholarship, and there's very limited numbers of them, but we need to get put in on time to meet the deadline in hopes that we get it. It also includes the lodging. And it includes some of the meals. I did some reading on what the scholarship is if we get approved for it. But I think they're only doing like 12.
And it's only one scholarship per jurisdiction, so like, if we chose to send both of them, only one of them would qualify for the scholarship. The other one would not.
We just approved to do that.
And the scholarship is
No, I'm
non,
saying if we were to have more than one person. only
also
one
the
person
scholarship
gets
is non-transferable. If the person gets granted a scholarship and then that individual is not able to go, we can't send somebody in their place.
No.
So don't get sick that week, ma'am.
I don't like being sick.
Hand sanitizer,
If
emergency.
for
vitamin
some
C
reason
boost.
you're not approved for the scholarship, it would be nice, not required, but it would be nice if you can see if there's a way to room with somebody else to cut our housing costs.
Well, the nightly-
With another town.
Without the scholarship, the nightly hotel bill is expected to be just under $200 a night.
And just an FYI, that hotel, like where it's at, is already full. So you would have to search outside of that hotel. Like those rooms went faster than God's green earth. I think Karen got one of the
Yeah,
last
we were
rooms.
lucky to get one room for 3 of us.
Three beds.
Can we add a
Are
sleeping bag?
Are there 4 beds?
Can we send her up with a sleeping bag?
Well, in the event we have one of our
I have an
members
air mattress.
not go, she's more than welcome to room with us too, if we can squeeze her in.
Okay, what's next?
Approval of the bills.
Hang on.
Oktoberfest/Fall Festival.
Oktoberfest is an added agenda item. Go ahead.
So Oktoberfest/Fall Festival, the town of Ordway is gonna be putting on. In collaboration with the Ordway Volunteer Fire Department, they're gonna be doing Oktoberfest. It's gonna be October 5th. And they are willing to, they want like craft vendors, any like non-food type vendors, because they're gonna be doing the Oktoberfest food, the traditional German stuff, so. But they wanted me to reach out to you guys about like having vendors participate, so. If you know anybody that has a business, put it out there, come vend at this event.
It'd be nice if you contacted with Carl
Um,
for rides.
I don't,
Haven't attended real Oktoberfest in Germany.
I
There's always rides and stuff, and it's more than just beer. It's an opportunity for families to go and have fun.
I mean, I would love to, but the budget that I'm on, I don't have carnival type money.
Yeah.
You're just contacting the wrong people.
So
Yeah.
you're having a beer fest, not an Oktoberfest.
I'm having a German food and beer fest. I'm not though, that's the fire department is having that. I'm just asking vendors to come and show up. That's what I'm doing.
Thank you for bringing it to our attention.
So October 5th is Oktoberfest.
Yes, and that's the traditional Oktoberfest day. What do you-
So basically, I think all we can do is, I'm okay if you want to put up a poster that says, please contact City of Ordway if you would like to be a vendor.
Perfect. That's all I have.
or if you want to have a real carnival and that traditional Oktoberfest. Please contact the town of Fort
Look,
Wayne.
if you know a vendor that's willing to come out here scot-free, you let me know.
$500 budget.
Yep, I've got a $500 budget, so
There were those in the past. The county didn't want to step on any toes.
I have $500 to work with, so if you know somebody that can fit in that budget, you let me know. I'm all about it.
We can do the bounce houses, Scarlett, if you have those.
Oh, we can have bounce houses, so if you wanna get jumping, there you go.
Why don't you contact the county and see if they'll, surely, I know it's been paid for multiple times, but at the big screen, have a movie or something, do something
We-
fun.
We were talking to somebody about doing like a live band up on the bandstand,
During the day.
doing like polka.
But you could do a movie at night.
Polka, polka, polka.
I will bring it to them and let them.
I mean, if the county will let you use their boat screens.
I'll bring that to the fire department, because I have to meet with them next week, next after, yeah.
All right, now approval of the budget.
Bills,
Now we're on to bills.
budget's approved.
Well, budget's approved. Okay, we'll go to the bills now. We need to see approval of the bills of $56,933.78. Trash, $22,078.45. Town, $30,241.24. And the water, $4,614.09.
With the understanding that all these are now covered in actual budget, I would move the approval of the bills. $56,933.78.
I will second to pay the bills.
Okay, that's 56,000.
Correct.
Okay, you made the motion?
Now that we have a budget, sure.
Yeah, okay, now we have, okay, Mark made the motion, seconded by Brian. To pay the bills of $56,933.78. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? If we get the bills paid finally.
John, your poor wrist is gonna be wore out signing them.
You got plenty of ink in your pen.
Please send them out on the side. There's 3 seconds.
I need to sign it, but there shouldn't not.
Okay, trustee reports.
Working on that.
Sir,
You have a trustee's report?
I gave it in F and G.
Sounds like you're pretending to curse. All right, I have a report. I have been contacted by multiple people wondering why should they, if we have no enforcement? I can tell you this week alone, we've been visited by 3 different pit bulls. I will be writing a letter and submitting it before court. 2 of them from the same household that's had multiple attacks on people. And I think once in the past 8 years, maybe twice, actually registered their dogs. So it does no good because the responsible owners are already going to do it. We need to come up with some type of enforcement. It's not good enough to say, well, do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, because the bad people don't do what
I
they need
agree.
to do. So that being said, I would like to inform you that I plan to run a resolution. That I understand that we don't have the money, and nor should we give in to what some would call distortion of the sheriff's office. So the other option is to shame them. And so, and empower the people to use their Second Amendment rights within the town of Ordway to remove these, or they can also use pepper spray, paintballs, whatever else, if they're on your property. Because people are sick and tired of being attacked on their own property. They shouldn't be approached. If people can't handle the dogs, they shouldn't have them. We had a judge that has been approved to come back, and he's the one that didn't enforce his own findings of you can't have dogs for a particular household. So we have to do something. If we don't have the money to give into the proposed extortion, then we need to at least shame him into doing the sheriff's office and doing the right thing. And then we can put it, say, there was a resolution that was passed by the town of Sugar City saying that whereas the sheriff's office refuses to even enforce state statute of vicious dogs, the town is enabling their own people to, hate to use the word vigilante, but to enforce their own rights because, and protect themselves because that's their only option at this time. So I'm just informing you that will be coming forth at the next meeting.
Is my dog wrong?
No, they're all pit bulls that are visiting the neighborhood.
I think mine are standing.
And, you know, if somebody paintballs your dog or whatever to make it easier to know which ones were there, that just shows that, hey, no, you can't lie and say it wasn't yours. Because the paint splat color matches the one that your dog has on their backside.
Called evidence.
We just need to get this under control and make it very clear that your dog might get shot in town using a gun, using pepper spray, using whatever device the individual chooses on their own property, because we have a sheriff's office that refuses to do their job. That's the main issue that's out there. I would like to also make sure the fireworks proposal and ban is ready by next meeting. With the understanding that when the fireworks are shot off, we're not banning fireworks. We're saying if you shoot them off and they land in somebody else's yard, and you shouldn't be using the street to fire them off in a different direction. You want to shoot them off towards your own house. Put your own house on fire, not somebody else's. Because we know you're not intelligent enough to, if you're shooting them off in somebody else's direction, you have no intention of your house going up in flames, which means you probably also don't have homeowners insurance or anything else. So
Confine them to your
so
own property.
it's going to find them. The first time I'd like to see maybe, did we talk about 250 or was it 500?
I think we talked about 250 and then
So 250, then going up to 500,
I honestly thought you said 300. I'm pretty sure that's what I told Mr. Buckner.
that would be fine.
Yeah.
But I'd like it to be escalating. So the second time is maybe 500 and then go up to 1,000 per occurrence. I would also like that resolution, since we have nobody to enforce it, to give at least half to the fire department. If they're gonna write them, then they should get at least half the cash.
Yeah, why not?
That incentivizes them to write them. If you guys want to do the whole amount to the fire department, I'm fine with that. But we need to have some enforcement capability, and so I would suggest at least a minimum of 50% if somebody wants to push for a whole, all monies to go to the fire department, that's fine. Just know that we need that in there so that they have incentive to even write tickets in the first place.
He said he'd be willing.
That is my 2 cents worth. Plus, shame on previous councils for running off Mr. Carly, who actually did a fantastic job of repairing our trucks.
Agreed.
So
He did.
That's it for yours.
that's it. I got my 2 cents worth today.
Yeah, well, as far as them fireworks, we used to do it down at the track.
Okay.
And fire department was there to take care of
And that was wonderful. The Carlys
Yeah.
actually went out, raised the money and put it on. And it was fantastic. We can't expect to have people that are disrespected by previous councils to go out and say, hey, let's raise a bunch of money and have it. It was
Yeah.
fantastic. It's nice to have it out there. It's,
Yeah.
somebody wants to organize it and work with the fire department. I'd love to see that again.
yeah, me too,
Um,
because
But
that
just
saves
people
some-
setting them off and shooting them in other people's houses, when we constantly have drought.
Yeah.
That's not an option.
No, it-
No longer.
start fires.
Joni, do you have a trustee report?
I can tell. You can imagine.
No, I really don't.
Better check these, see if we got them all
Okay.
signed.
Hey, Joni, real quick,
And,
did we get that letter of recommendation off and
Look them over, make sure I
appreciation
didn't miss any.
to Crystal, was not Crystal?
Me and Crystal have already talked about it.
Okay, so you're in process of getting that letter out to her, please?
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
So that's all you got, Johnny?
That's all I got.
Okay. So I have two topics real quick. One is we got a court date coming up finally after 6 months. Have we coordinated with Mr. Buckner and Judge Manley and between Scarlett and Vicky so we can provide the judge what he needs in the format he needs it so that he can do
something.
the correct job of whatever he deems he needs to be doing? Are we ready for this court date coming up?
I talked to Mr. Buckner when we met in a meeting. He said as long as he had it a week before, I was planning on submitting all the paperwork by the first of the month.
Okay, I'm just touching base to make sure that we are actually ready. So when the court date shows up, we're not sitting there going, well, we, yeah, because that day has passed. So I just want to make sure that we're ready to do whatever's appropriate on the day of this court.
I do still need a sample copy of Scarlett. In the form. Do it.
Okay.
Other than that, I think. Other than that, as long as we get it submitted, I wanted to give them a few extra days. That way we're not doing it from a week before and expecting him to work miracles.
I just didn't want to wait till the last minute to ask if we had our ducks in line and we were ready for this, because we've been waiting long enough and we're coming up on the court date. We're going to need to step up to the plate and have a decent batting average of whatever's fair according to the judge. I just want him to be properly equipped to do whatever he feels is appropriate in the moment. So my other topic also has to do with these dogs. Personally, I have no problem if somebody is approached by a dog that presents a lethal threat. A citizen has a right to walk the public street. A dog owner has an obligation to keep their animal under control. I had to walk here tonight because my wife's got our only vehicle out of town. And I made a decision before I left the house that if I was approached in a hostile manner by somebody's uncontrolled animal, that I was going to protect myself by whatever means were necessary. And I don't have a problem with any other citizen doing it, but all citizens need to keep in mind that the rules of engagement under the Second Amendment, just because you're authorized to have a weapon doesn't mean that you can just fire it off over anything. You need to have specific justification to do that. Self-defense is one of those if that animal presents a lethal threat. I did have a dog a year ago that got out of the fence and was running around, and I don't know this dog at all. And I was prepared to deal with that dog, but the dog never was aggressive toward me. He was just running around being a doofus puppy. And so he presented no threat, so he didn't have a problem. But we can't just simply shoot or strike or stab or take some aggressive action against a dog because it's wandering around. If it is a threat to the citizen, you have the right to protect yourself against that threat. I just want people to realize that.
Not according to the sheriff's office, even though they had been approached and the person in the house has been previously attacked.
The sheriff's
When they
office
shot
did
off
it.
their gun,
I understand.
they ended up saying the sheriff's office wanted to charge the shooter.
I'm
instead of
aware
doing
of
that.
an incident exactly like
So we
that.
need to elevate it and make it very clear to the sheriff's office that we as a town have authorized it.
I have no objection to the resolution. I'm not talking about the resolution right now. What I'm trying to do is prevent a well-meaning citizen from taking a lethal action against the dog when they don't understand perhaps that in this particular situation that they're facing, that they're not authorized in those circumstances to take a lethal action, and then they find themselves on the wrong side of the sheriff's department. There are lethal threats and there are non-lethal threats or less than lethal threats. And I just want people to understand that you can't just automatically shoot a dog because it's wandering down the street. It needs to be a threat to you of death or serious bodily harm. And any rounds that you fire, there's an attorney attached to every bullet. You better make sure that you hit your target. There's a lot of considerations when you're exercising your Second Amendment right, which I strongly support, but I don't want anybody to find any of their private parts in their ringer because they pulled the trigger at the wrong moment. That's all I'm trying to say.
Well, maybe people can control their dogs.
I would love people to control their dogs because I think that people that don't People that disrespect the community, have too many dogs, and are not a decent neighbor. Those are the people that need to pay the fines at the court, and the people that follow the rules and take care of their responsibilities to the town and their neighbors should be left alone. So I just wanted to point out that if you're gonna pull the trigger you're on a public street and you're being accosted by a dog, you better make sure that you're authorized. I know the rules
only
of
go after
engagement.
what's
I'm
that-
just hoping that
or
everybody
what's
else
that
does.
Go on my property, that's all I'm looking for.
Okay, all I'm trying to say is that we need to make sure that we're right and that we hit what we're aiming at if it comes down to that. You can't just automatically, there's a dog that's not being taken care of and I'm gonna shoot him. That ain't gonna fly. You're gonna go to jail. You need the right circumstances to do that. That's all I'm trying to say.
Paintball can be just as fun.
And I think that would be great doing a paintball. If you have a paintball gun, because it's non-lethal,
Or pepper
it's not a threat to the community, and pepper spray too. But if you're thinking about a lethal response, you better know what you're doing. Because that's gonna carry some really heavy legal ramifications. That's all I'm saying. I have no problem with it under the right circumstances. That's it. I'm good.
Good evening, Gary.
Okay, Gary?
On that subject, we was talking about registration. I'm pretty sure CRS code says in the absence of an enforcement division that it would fall under the mayor's responsibilities and duties to do things of that such. So it's not like it just will not exist. Now, whether our mayor does it or not, that's not my place, but,
In your town, it's been problematic, but we will have a different mayor coming up,
um,
whoever that is.
so
But your mayor also has the authority to delegate that to somebody else.
They do,
And
but
what-
it has to be done officially, but without such being done, it is the mayor's duties to do that, so it is not totally being vacated necessarily. Assuming the new mayor is willing to do their duties, so,
That's a great question to ask at the forum.
other than that, we need to film for our trash trucks. I've said this before.
Can you, I'm sorry, say
A
that sentence. one-
mechanic
Mechanic, thank you.
for our trash trucks. I have said this before, I was ignored, but we've already spent enough this year to have paid a part-time mechanic for a full year. And this is early in the year. This is not a problem. It's just gonna go away.
Do you know anyone?
I do not, but, it would not hurt to be looking.
Maybe advertise or something?
Advertise, there might be somebody around who would like to put in a couple days a week to make some extra money. It needs to be done,
For our 2024 budget, who would you propose cutting hours from to instill that?
why would I have to, per our
Not doing it
2024
later.
budget. Our payroll already has more than enough to cover it since we're running less people than that budget was figured for. So I would.
I'm just
not-
making sure if we're in line with the budget, perfect, let's do it.
We're way under budget,
Perfect.
so,
What would you like the advertisement to say?
part-time diesel mechanic meetings. Please inquire.
Part-time diesel mechanic, yeah. Somebody does know a diesel.
Just please inquire. We don't want to put anything.
Having worked with a bunch of certified people who know nothing, that is not a requirement that I have. I would prefer they know how to work on something than know how to get through school.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that, just, they need to understand it's gonna be a as neat position, if we find out that they don't know what they're doing, they're not gonna last long.
Oh, absolutely, but, that won't take long to figure out. But no, certification is not something that even crosses my mind, because rarely does it mean anything.
It's sad, but probably true.
Except they know how to get through school. That's all it means, so.
Usually most mechanics that you deal with, they're better off not having that certification. I don't know if
I
that's
found
gonna
the
work for me.
shade tree mechanics around here do better. based on my vehicle.
So, McCandless is certified mechanic, so
And they're trying-
run us up a nice bill on something that they was told what was the problem before they ever looked at it, so,
Understood.
Where we at?
and that's it for me.
That's it?
Isn't,
Yep.
Okay,
isn't that sort of what Ty is?
Sort of, but Ty charges us $85 an hour.
Oh.
It would not cost us $85 an hour to hire an in-house mechanic.
So that's nice.
Okay.
That's nice.
Kids, when they call, they're gonna ask me questions.
okay. Yeah,
You
you wanna
might
read
have them read it.
Yeah, you may have the read it
The hours
before or
or whatever.
So if you get, so
Because
have Brian read it.
this one?
Probably
Yes.
15.
And then we're going to
Yeah,
very
yes.
week.
Pay rates, will
Can you
be,
read this here
negotiable
before we go into
based
executive
on
session?
tools as much as anything. And,
Drug screen.
yes. Unfortunately, our handbook says all of our employees have practice. I think that should be addressed, but. that's
Go in the
what it
restroom
says.
after you get ready to read that.
Is that it? Okay.
From there?
okay.
Yeah, let me see. See, I'll read the first part.
And then what do you want me to read?
And then the
Basically,
trustee.
what's on the paper.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
on
You
the
ready?
agenda. It's the same thing.
I know.
did you want me to read this before we go into executive
Yeah,
session?
if we're done
Okay.
with the regular meeting,
Ready.
then yeah, we're ready to go into executive session.
Okay, we're gonna be entering executive session and, I would entertain a motion to enter executive session.
You gotta dismiss the gallery first.
Oh, he was going to the restroom, I'm sorry.
Well, we're not in executive yet. We're just gonna go in.
Yeah.
They'll be discussed before.
Yeah.
So I move that we enter into an executive session under 24-6-4024B CRS. Conferences with the town attorney for the purposes of receiving legal advice on Colorado open meetings law mitigation filed by Matt Roan.
A second.
Okay, and the second one's in there too.
Second.
That's one of them.
Well, you made the motion?
Oh, there's a second one, sorry. On the backside, there's another one, sir.
Yeah, so if you can read that, it's like, on your agenda, Brian.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah, so at the top there, 14. Executive session pursuant to 24-6-4024 FCRS. Discussion of personnel matters regarding Davita Moreland and Vicky Bauer, office staff.
I'll second the motion to go into executive session for those two.
At item 52.
Okay, you made the
Okay,
motion?
Mr. Mayor, we
Mar-
have a motion.
Brian
and a
made the
second.
motion, seconded by
Sorry.
Scarlett. To go into executive session, all in favor?
Aye,
All opposed, so we're going into executive session.
okay.
I'm gonna go to bed, so we'll talk. Right there.
We will let you in on the other Zoom ID, Mr. Buckner.
Yeah, did you notify Mr. Poppy?
Davida?
Did we notify Mr. Poppy?
Hi, Poppy.
He never, he sent me an email and I told him around 8, but I never heard back from him. Cause I asked him if I could call, if I should call him. I can call him real quick.
Yeah, go over and give him a ring and just let it, give him a chance to come on. I'll jump on the other meeting.
She's on the way to call him now. We'll see you on the other side.
All right, Scarlett.